Scotland's northern and northeastern regions have been gripped by days of relentless heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures. These harsh weather conditions have brought every aspect of life to a standstill, from education to transportation, plunging the region into a full-blown winter crisis. Hundreds of schools have been forced to close, while air and rail transport has come to a complete standstill. Authorities are issuing new warnings one after another, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. The orange snow warning issued by the Met Office for the Northeast regions ended at 10 a.m. this morning after several days of severe weather. However, the lifting of the warning does not mean that the problems on the ground are over. Snow and ice accumulation continues to severely disrupt road, rail, and air travel across mainland Scotland, particularly in Aberdeen, Angus, Aberdeenshire, Moray, and the Highlands. The situation is not much different on the islands. Orkney and Shetland are under the influence of both storms and heavy snowfall. Social media posts and initial observations from the region confirm that the snowfall caused significant accumulation in some areas in a very short time. On Sunday, significant snow accumulation was seen in certain parts of Aberdeenshire, with Aberdeen neighbourhoods such as Kingswells, Northfield, and Maastricht feeling the harsh face of winter. The Meteorological Office, meanwhile, took new action for much of Scotland as soon as the orange warning expired, issuing a yellow weather warning, valid until Tuesday. Authorities announced that 5 to 10 centimeters of additional snow is expected, particularly in the northeast, Highlands, and Northern Isles, with snow depths reaching 20 to 30 centimeters in some parts of the mainland. These forecasts, coming at a time when thousands of people are rushing to work and school after the Christmas holidays, are likely to increase the burden on transportation and public services. The situation in education provided the clearest picture of how serious the crisis is. Local authorities in Aberdeenshire, Orkney, and Shetland decided to keep schools closed on Tuesday as well. All schools in Aberdeenshire were already closed today. Dozens of schools in Aberdeen City either closed completely or postponed the start of classes. Aberdeen City Council announced that some schools could only open if staff living nearby could get to work, and that they would inform parents separately about this. In the Moray region, classes were also suspended in dozens of schools for similar reasons. Transportation disruptions deepened in tandem with the closure of schools. Aberdeen International Airport suspended all flights temporarily on Monday afternoon due to worsening weather conditions. An airport spokesperson emphasized that crews were working tirelessly to keep the runways and terminals safe, and that the situation was being monitored closely. Passengers were advised to stay in contact with their airlines for the latest information and to exercise extreme caution when traveling to and from the airport. Meanwhile, Sumburgh Airport in Shetland and Kirkwall Airport in Orkney remained closed. The situation on the roads was also critical. Heavy snow and icy conditions brought traffic to a virtual standstill, particularly in the north and northeast. Vehicles struggled to move on many main and secondary roads, with traffic coming to a complete standstill in some places. Snow-covered roads and slippery surfaces forced drivers to travel at low speeds. Despite the continuous work of snow removal and salting crews, roads that were closed in places could only be navigated with extreme caution. Local authorities and road crews are warning the public that minor roads in particular could close quickly. Citizens are being asked to avoid traveling unless absolutely necessary, while Aberdeenshire Council has announced that it is prioritizing main roads in its snow clearance efforts. The council said snow clearing and gridding operations covered about a third of the road network, but driving conditions remained very difficult on many open routes. It also said drivers of snowplows and gridding vehicles, who have been working long shifts day and night since New Year's Day, would be given breaks to ensure they could provide a safe service. Data from the Met Office clearly shows how severe the freezing temperatures have become. Temperatures at Tulloch Bridge in the Highlands dropped to minus 9.3 degrees Celsius overnight. Snow depth has reached 50 centimeters in the village of Tomintoul in the Cairngorms. Similarly, 34 centimeters of snow was measured at Loch Glascarnock and 27 centimeters in Dice, Aberdeenshire, and Altnahara, Sutherland. The Dice area, in particular, continued to receive heavy precipitation at midday, making it one of the hardest hit areas this winter. This simultaneous gridlock in road and air transport quickly escalated from a local issue to a chain reaction felt across the entire United Kingdom. Not only northern Scotland, but also parts of England, Wales, and southwest England were placed under a yellow warning due to snow and icy conditions. These serious disruptions to the transport network hampered the return to work and school after the holidays, while the triggering of weather conditions in different regions clearly demonstrated how widespread the harsh winter conditions were across the country. These latest developments show that the winter conditions, which began in northern Scotland and spread across the United Kingdom, are not just a temporary disruption, but have turned into a widespread crisis deeply affecting many sectors and daily routines. With yellow-coded warnings expected to remain in place until Tuesday night, the Meteorological Office and relevant agencies continue to inform the public about potential new delays and cancellations. We extend our sympathies to everyone affected by these adverse weather conditions. During this period, which has disrupted daily life, made transportation difficult, and particularly affected students and families, we hope that everyone's health and safety will be prioritized and that normalcy will be restored as soon as possible. We hope that the teams working under intense conditions in the field will be rewarded for their efforts and that this period will pass without further problems. We continue to report on the effects of natural disasters based on the actual situation on the ground and official information. If you would like to follow similar developments in a clear and reliable manner, free from exaggeration, and understand what is happening in the right context, you can subscribe to our channel. This way, you will continue to be informed about important natural events occurring in different parts of the world.